Good morning and welcome again to the Bradford Historical Room. My name is Sue Vickroy, and today we're going to talk about genealogy. I'm not so much of a genealogist as I am I love history. Even my own family. My own family I know goes back, on my mother's side, goes back about 200 years. And they're from the New England states and around Lancaster, Pennsylvania. My great-grandfather fought for the Union in the 126th Pennsylvania uh, Company. My father is from Italy, and we've been here in Bradford for it's been over about 113 years. And they came over, my father's family came over to America to work on the railroads here in Bradford. So I'm going to share with you this morning some of the genealogy references and things that we have in here to help you uh, if you're interested and want to know about your family. We have the references that can help you. Over here is our selection of books that you might term genealogy for dummies, because it tells you how to find your genealogy, how to start unpuzzling your past and your immigrant and ethnic ancestors, and how to write personal and family history. You know, this is something that even if you are not into genealogy, would be a thing for you to do, to talk to the older members of your family, get the history of your family, get the stories of your family, get them on tape, get them wrote down. Your family, the older members, aren't always going to be with you. I know Stacy here is told me time and again, Sue, we've got to get you to talk about the history of Bradford. And she wants to tape it. And she and Bob Dowdery are saying, you know, you've got to get this all down on tape, Sue, so people know the history of Bradford. So talk to your older family members. Get your family history. Get those stories that you want to tell your great-grandchildren and your grandchildren. Over here, just some of the references that we have. We have death records from the Miller Funeral Home in Greenville, Ohio. We have death records from Dark County, Ohio. We have listing of the Greenville Cemetery, Friedens, and also the Newberry. We have books on the marriages in Dark County, 1851 to 1898, 1899 to 1911. Here we came into this collection recently. Someone donated it to us. This is Quaker genealogy, and there's 5 volumes from North Carolina, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Virginia. Over here we have a collection of family histories that people have donated here to the library. We have the Wakefield family, the Freeman, Dersham family. These are family genealogy that the individual family members have put together. We have the Overholser family, Evans, Harshbarger, the Whiter family. If you get an itch and you'd like to know what it was like to live in this area in pioneer days, this family history is one of the family histories that you would like to look at. This is from the Bokey family, and it is they settled in Minster, around in that area, but it was their family from 1807 to 1822, and it's really interesting because in this book they describe day-to-day living and the activities, the things that they had to do to survive here in this area back whenever Ohio was first a state. You know, Ohio became a state in 1803. So this book, these families settled here in 1807, just 4 years after Ohio became a state. Very interesting. Over here is the Feast of the, what do you say, the Feast of the Resistance. What does that say?
Feast of Resistance.
Feast of Resistance. Well, it's the best thing ever to hit this library. This collection came from the Garst Museum, and they passed it on to us. All these little things that you see in here are microfiche, and their surnames. And these surnames come from all over the world. London, we have England here. We have, in this area, we've got just alphabetical, okay? Just alphabetical names. And these are European names. Here we've got continental Europe, Austria, Belgium, France, Ireland. Then we get into the United States. Each individual United States has their own section. And as I said, here is Ohio. Look at this large section in Ohio. Your surname might be in here with your descendants on it. It'd be something, if you're into genealogy, something that you'd like to check out. Here we have, again, different areas in England. Here's Switzerland, Romania, Czechoslovakia, Monaco, Portugal, and Spain. As I said, this was a collection that was given to us by the Garst Museum. They changed their collection and they wanted to send it on. Here's our Canadian, our neighbors to the north. There's all their provinces. And again, more England. So if you're into genealogy, and even if you're not into genealogy, we get different questions here. A lady came in and she was looking for her aunt. And she said she swore that she was buried in Gettysburg Cemetery. And she had walked all through Gettysburg Cemetery. She had checked all their records, couldn't find her. Well, I found her. She was buried at Harris Creek Cemetery. As you know, Mr. Miller had his funeral home in Gettysburg before Stalker opened his funeral home here in Bradford, and so we have Mr. Miller's records, and so I found her buried at Harris Creek. So we get various questions about that. We even have a record. I don't know if you are familiar with the cemetery that lays in front of the gravel pit out here south of town. It's a very, very old cemetery, and we maintain it. The county maintains it, but we have a record of all the people that are buried in that cemetery. And I think it was about 3 years or 4 years ago, someone came in and thought that they had a relative buried in that old cemetery, and yes, they did. And I found their relative, and I could show them where their relative was. We have a record of the old cemetery across the road from the Harris Creek Cemetery. Maybe some people don't know that there is an old cemetery out there, but it's across up on the hill, across on Bradford Horatio Road. So there are a lot of things that we have here. If you're interested in genealogy, or if there's anything that we can help you with, that you wonder if someone, a relative, is buried here or there, we can help you. We have various references here in the library. I want to thank you for your time again, and hopefully we can serve you here at the Bradford Public Library, and you come in and visit with us and see if we can help you. What is it?